Hello everybody and welcome back to Physic Talks. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're doing well on this wonderfully sunny afternoon that we have here in England. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to leave it a like and subscribe if you want to help support me and my channel. So, I am actually not going to be streaming on YouTube tonight. I will be streaming on my usual Twitch channel. Here's the link right here. However, I think this video will probably already be up by the time that I've done the stream, but never mind. A good way of finding out what times I'll be streaming and where I'll be streaming is to just check my Twitter. I'll always have my Twitter handle at the start of the video, so yeah, just check on there every now and again because I will always post updates before I do a stream. Hi Smudge, how you doing? So, today's video is going to be about a few things. Firstly, we will be talking about ONISION'S recent apology to Jaclyn Glenn. I will be looking into that. After this, we will be briefly discussing Logan Paul's decision to stop doing vlogs altogether, which came as a bit of a shock to me. So, without further ado, let us roll that intro. So, for those of you that don't know, Jaclyn Glenn was once acquaintances with ONISION, and she got into a relationship with Richie, as in Social Repose. I'm sure a lot of you already know who Social Repose is by now, but he's kind of a artist, musician type person that runs a YouTube channel and is a bit of a sociopath. Well, I think that's a bit of an understatement, but so whilst Jaclyn Glenn was in a relationship with Social Repose, ONISION decided to tell her that this was a bad idea because he is a horrible, abusive and manipulative person, which is true, but it's a tricky situation when two people are in a relationship and they very much are in love with each other, because neither of them are going to want to see bad sides in the other person. Now, I think Jaclyn Glenn's a lovely person, but ONISION went the absolute wrong way about letting her know about this. Then we also have Ayala and Billy. ONISION basically told Jaclyn Glenn about the problems with Social Repose through Ayala. Now, the interesting thing here is that ONISION bullied the hell out of Ayala and Billy, who he was in a relationship with. The reason why he split up with Billy is because she was smoking cannabis, and that's illegal in the state of Washington. So instead of trying to, you know, be a good boyfriend, he was like, nah, gotta get rid of her, that's illegal, you're dumped. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. He has the most hideously illogical ideas about cannabis and the legalities behind it. It's actually laughable how he treats this kind of a situation. So, Ayala actually threatened ONISION with a cease and desist order because he wouldn't stop bullying her. He wouldn't stop leaking public information about her that he didn't want put online. This is the exact same with Billy. Ayala basically has a big problem with ONISION because of how he treated the situation with Billy, because Ayala and Billy are friends. So when ONISION found out that Billy had been smoking cannabis, he was horrible about the whole thing because he has these stupid relationship agreements. It's like you have to sign a contract. It's absurd. And he told Billy that she should chain herself to a basement and get liar stamped across her forehead because of the hideous crimes that she committed. It's absolutely ridiculous, and he wouldn't let her go see her family because of cannabis. It's insane. As I'm saying this, it's like, it's crazy that anyone would do something so absurd. So my point behind all of this is that ONISION is no different to Richie. In fact, he's possibly worse. He has done such horrible, hideous things to both Ayala and Billy, and this isn't even taking into account the other relationships that he's treated in the most horrible ways. This makes Onision a bit of a hypocrite with this whole situation. When Onision told Jaclyn Glenn that he thought Social Repose was a bad person and this was all going to end horribly, he's a very abusive person and doesn't treat people right. If you say that to someone who's in a relationship with that person, they're not going to want to see that side of that person. Obviously not. So it's going to be very hard trying to get that person to understand what you're talking about. So then Onision said, if you're not going to split up with Social Repose, then I'm not going to be your friend. It's like, what? What human does things like this? It's so ridiculous. It's like, the way he treats friendships and relationships is insane. It's like, no. You actually have to compromise. You actually have to empathize with the person to see their position in this. You can't just expect her to break up with the person that she loves because you don't like them. Now, I know he's right. I know he was right about Social Repose. Anyone that has a keen eye could have seen that Social Repose was a bad person a long time ago, much like myself. I've always seen them as a kind of soulless and abusive, manipulative person. Onision then decided to stop being friends with Jaclyn. And then there was this whole drama with Onision and Jaclyn Glenn, and they were all making videos about each other, being rather mean, etc, etc. Now, when it actually came to the moment where Onision broke up with Jaclyn Glenn, he treated that awfully. Awfully. He did a live stream and reacted to the video that Jaclyn Glenn put out and laughed at her face, laughed right at her face and was just saying, ha ha, na 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 na, I was right and you were wrong, blah 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 blah. It's ridiculous. Take a look at this clip where I have addressed this subject in the past.
Dear future girlfriend, you are a masterpiece.
That's right.
But only when you're the correct weight. When
Dude, that face don't lie.
As if making a 27-minute video right after the breakup, gloating about how he was right and you were wrong wasn't enough, he's now made a 23-minute video as a little addition to that, where again he just gloats and rubs it in her face, laughing at her misery. Great, great.
It's my now position, because I'm in the position where these two people harassed me for the longest time, rubbed their relationship in my face, treated me like absolute shit.
I wouldn't say they treated you like absolute shit. I think you treat people like absolute shit, which is why they felt the same way about you. The thing is, like, if you didn't do things wrong, they wouldn't have a reason to dislike you. You shoved yourself into their business and said things that were, one, unnecessary, and two, kind of harmful. Again, it wasn't your place to say these things, it wasn't your right to say these things. It is, however, their right to be upset with that, and you do not have the right to make this video gloating at her, just because you're a little bit annoyed that they made some videos criticizing you doesn't give you the right to shove it in her face when she is in one of the lowest points she's been in a very long time. You're an awful person for doing that. Now, while Social Repose and Jaclyn Glenn were together, Onision was barraging them with attacks and horrible videos about them, as he always does, clearly to provoke her to gain a reaction, because that's his way of making money on YouTube, by stirring up unnecessary drama, putting people in horrible positions just to gain money from doing it. And does he realize he's worse than Social Repose? I don't think he even knows. And along the same lines of stirring up drama to create profit, it brings on the question, why did he make this video? Why did he make this apology? Because it's a pretty backhanded apology, if I'm gonna be honest. all throughout the video, he's still saying, "I told you so."
And so I said, hey man, I'm telling you who this guy is, and if you're gonna ignore me, then so be it. We're not friends. We do not associate anymore. And that was it, you know? And then Jaclyn Glenn learned a very hard lesson about people I warn other people about. She learned firsthand that, you know, if I'm out there saying, I can't even associate with you if you associate with this person, then maybe it's a big deal, and maybe you shouldn't associate with that person.
He's clearly saying that. It's a smug kind of video. And he says some pretty iffy things as well. He constantly, as I say, he constantly refers to how he was right and she was wrong. He also says things like she is a ride or die girl and she thinks with her heart and not her mind.
Jaclyn Glenn is a ride or die chick. It's pretty obvious. Jaclyn Glenn will tie herself to someone she believes she should have faith in, and she will move forward even though there are warning signs, even though other people tell her it's a bad idea. Jaclyn Glenn, in relationships, very clearly thinks with her heart and doesn't think as much with her mind.
And it's like, whoa, that is horribly condescending. That is horribly patronizing. It's just not a great thing to be saying in an apology. And I wonder whether this apology is, again, to provoke a response and to turn a profit by doing so. Because monetized apologies are a bit funny, if you ask me. They always have been, and they always will be. It's like, what are you doing here? Are you really apologizing? Do you really want to apologize? Because everything you've done up until this point would make me think that you would never do this apology video. And as well as that, she wants nothing to do with you. She wants absolutely nothing to do with you, and you should know that by now. So where's the point in doing this apology video? As well as this, in the video he said he had to actively make his brain feel. He has to actively get his brain to empathize. It's not natural for him. It's not a natural thing. He has to actually control his brain to make him do that. I think that is hilarious.
And what it took was me letting my thoughts kind of go to the back of my mind for a moment, and to instead feel, you know, try to feel what Jaclyn Glenn went through, rather than think about what Jaclyn Glenn did.
And so in line with everyone's opinions on him being a sociopath. It's interesting. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the apology and this whole situation. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about this situation, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me. I'd like to hear your opinions. And finally, Logan Paul is apparently quitting vlogging. Now that came as a bit of a shock to me, but it seems like he's actually doing it. But the thing is, I highly doubt that he's gonna completely quit. I in fact think that it's probably more likely that he made the videos saying that he was going to quit just to gain a lot of views, a lot of money, etc, etc. I think he's probably just going to stop doing them daily or something like that. But anyway, just a bit of a shocking thing. That's all I have to really say on it, in case you guys didn't realise. Let's hope he does, maybe? Let's hope he does. That would be great. That would be good. Yeah. Don't know why I'm doing this. Now, for today's fan art, we got a twofer. 2 for 1. How wonderful is that? Now, both of these are coming from my good friend Tiny, a very dedicated streaming fan and supporter of this channel. She helps out the channel so much, and I really appreciate your support. I really do. It means the world to me. So let's check out both of these pictures. First off, we have a image of me. Now, I really like this This is referring again to one of my streams, or plenty of my streams, where I think it was in Silent Hill. We found some shotgun shells that were displayed almost like an art piece in this spooky room. So now it's become a trend that every time I find shotgun shells, it's a bit of a celebration. So I love the way you've done this image. I really do. I really like, I know it's a bit of a weird thing to comment on first, but the way you've done the shading on my jumper, it just looks fantastic, like really nice around the shoulders. Also, I seem to have black nail polish on, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I had black nail polish on the day that you drew this, but I definitely did have black nail polish on sometime a little while ago. I don't even know if anyone saw that. But anyway, if you didn't see that, it's pretty interesting that you did that. Also, I love the way you've done my fringe. The light reflections on it are fantastic. Also, a very big fan of having my neck scarf in there. You've done a great job. I really appreciate it. But this is nowhere near as amazing as this second piece. So, have a look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. I've had the idea to have merchandise in the future relating to my cat Smudge and my cat Sooty and my chicken Hetty. So Tiny has done this picture of Smudge tangled up in my headphone cables, these ones right here, because every time she comes anywhere near me, she goes straight for the headphone cables because they're usually dangling around. So I absolutely love it. You've done a really good job. Like, all the proportions are perfect. The way you've done the color of her fur is fantastic. I'm so impressed by this, because I couldn't imagine trying to draw a cat upside down tangled up in headphones when you don't even have something to base the image on, if you see what I mean. So I think you've done a wonderful job here. I absolutely love it. Secret Boss Smudge, wicked. So thank you so much, Tiny. I really appreciate it. You've done a fantastic job on both of these. Yeah, it's just wonderful. So thank you so much. That's pretty much all I have to say on today's matters. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. As I say, there will be no stream on YouTube tonight. It will be tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. I'm really sorry that a lot of you may not know this until you see this video, which is probably going to go up after I finish my stream tonight. I will still be streaming tonight, but it will be on Twitch as per usual at twitch.tv/physic_gaming. It's going to be good fun. As always, we've got Welcome to the Game 2. We've got oodles and oodles of spooky horror games, so it should be good fun. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.